Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Washington takes over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Howell changing the play here.
That's good for Washington. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And this play's still live. He faked the spike, going to throw it. But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 12 and a Commander's first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
First down, Howell to throw. He rifles one, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here at their own 33. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. He's got it to the 43 here.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now they'll throw with Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. Let's see what they have drawn up here, a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. That is caught. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down, Kansas City.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run. Looks like they'll move things around here. On first down, they go back to Pacheco.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. No score after one on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter, as they've got it second down and 12.
Toss right side to Pacheco.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Chiefs post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
And he will get in to make it 8-0.
And makes the score Chiefs 8, Commanders 0. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Commanders take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan. Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going.
Howell throwing on 3rd down here. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off.
And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. They give him 16 yards there, and it's a Washington first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. First down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Well, Hal's going to mix it up here. Robinson with another carry. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Tershawn Wharton, the one to get him to the ground on the defensive side.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Now a second and 10. Robinson up the middle. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Howell. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Thomas. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Howell down to throw it. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And a first down, Chiefs.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Screen play, McKinnon. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down.
First down, Kansas City.
Now here's Mahomes. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone. He's hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Rashee Rice in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. But he is not going to make it into the end zone. They stop him short, so they'll add only 6 as we come up on halftime.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Washington will take over first and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. One last shot before the break. Howell.
This will be caught at Samuel. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It was Deron Payne who got in there to make the play.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
To throw, it's Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Mahomes in the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the toss, here's Robinson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
A loss of 2 brings up 3rd down and 6.
They'll go play action. Howell
Rolling to his right.
And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And they'll accept that penalty.
The roughing the kicker called on 4th down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Robinson.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. That's out wide here for Robinson.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
And Howell will throw it. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel from 4 yards out.
And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter. That has them an extra point away from tying things up.
And partner, this is pretty much what they envisioned when they were sitting there in the locker room thinking about getting things going to start here in the 3rd quarter. Getting out there, a field goal would have been fine, but going ahead and scoring here, an extra point away from tying things up, that's exactly how they drew it up on the board.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for KC. 51 yards.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As as a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So on fourth down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. Butker's kick here is good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. And that flag accepted. The roughing the kicker called on fourth down. What a big break. Leads to a 1st and 10. Here's Pacheco headed right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Again, it's Pacheco. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Flush to his right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So a big one coming now for Harrison Butker. This to break our 4th quarter tie. Butker's kick here is good, and they take a 17-14 lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
He's brought down back at the 16-yard line.
Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a third down, but they are in field goal range already.
Back to throw, Howell. Checks this one down to Robinson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Howell. Out route looking for McLaurin. He's got him.
And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds down at the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground with Robinson.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run the play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Here now, 2nd and goal. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
Let's go now.
Howell to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Robinson.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to tie things up in the final minute.
Sly able to put this one through.
And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Mahomes to throw it. That's laid out deep for Rice.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I don't know if you need the big shot right there or not, because you've still got time to work some of the shorter stuff and try to get into field goal range. They did go for the big one there. It would have been nice, but it winds up incomplete.
Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short game.
And that's a good good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this one is incomplete. And we got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout.
So 4 quarters couldn't decide it, and it'll be the Chiefs who get the football first in this overtime session. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. On first down, McKinnon again. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Here again is McKinnon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now Patrick going to change the play. They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as good running gets him to about the 44.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and get the first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Up to him and take him down. Jeez, where was he going? A huge loss there.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he bats it away and it falls down incomplete.
And that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm. But sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
Fielded just inside the 30.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal and they get the victory.
Yeah, this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. But we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick 6, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
A give left side to Robinson.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage. The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Now Howell.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Both offenses sputtering a little bit here in overtime, Charles, but give credit to the defenses and certainly credit to them on that last play. That is a huge interception.
I will absolutely do that. They deserve the credit because they forced a punt on the opening drive of overtime. You know no one wants to give up the ball in OT. And now you have them back out there knowing that it only takes a field goal to win this game. Big-time defensive plays being made.
He'll buy some time right. Oh, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Benjamin St-Juste.
And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the fourth quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Howell, he'll look to throw it.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner.
The 7-yard line.
And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. In overtime, you have to be smarter than that.
A personal foul just can't happen. Have to have poise.
So on is their kicker, and it's down to this. Whistles come in and a timeout. Just 8 seconds left in OT. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And he pulled it. Oh, my goodness. It's no good. He missed it. And we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
Mahomes.
Going for the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. One overtime. How about 2? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Pacheco gets it and tries the left side.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34.
72 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they will run with McKinnon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Open on the left side. This is Valdez Scantling.
His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. Flushed out right. And Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on fourth down.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on fourth down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
2nd down, Howell back to pass. Here's a screen for Robinson.
Nifty move. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Howell down to throw it.
Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
2nd and 14. Straight in.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
No, he didn't spike it. He faked it.
But it's not going to work. He'll go down, and they got him.
The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back.
For the Commander field goal. A 41-yard attempt.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
And partner, right away, I'm brought back to the words of my special teams coach when I played in college. Sometimes you just have to want to go block a kick.
And here with a chance to win the game at OT on the O-line, you got to max protect.
It's amazing, isn't it? You spend all that time in practice, you go over all the different possibilities, and with the game's on the line, someone leaks through, and now you've got a block kick.
1st down now, but that clock rolling.
A gain of 12. And the 1st down, Chiefs.
Here's Mahomes. That's laid out deep for Rice.
He's got it at the 15.
Clock running as Washington will try and hurry up.
A gain of 43 yards.
Mahomes.
Kansas City.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think I unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Everything right now resting on the right foot of Harrison Butker from the left hash. Just a 32-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good. And they have won it here in double overtime.
And for the visitors, it is going to be a happy flight home. It is always such a treat, Charles, in the NFL when you can go on the road and get a victory, and that's exactly what they accomplished here today.
The trip home so much sweeter, isn't it? All the noise they heard before, how tough it is to win on the road, how tough it is to play in this stadium, how hyped up that crowd's going to be. They just used it as fuel, came in full confidence, believed in themselves, and got it done.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.